On the line right now is from New York City, from New York, live from New York. It is the one and only Gabby Cabby, Peter Franklin. Good morning, Peter. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Live from the
streets of New York.
The streets of New York. Yeah, you do it better than me. Let's get into a little El Chapo. I was going to watch an El Chapo type movie the other night, and we decided not to. But this is going on in real life. He's in jail in New York City, and is it part of your tour? You take him by to see where El Chapo is housed?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do a Brooklyn tour, and on the Brooklyn tour, I go by the federal, I guess you call it penitentiary, where he is, and I make a point of pointing out where the tunnel will begin and where the tunnel will come out.
Has he begun digging yet, do you think?
I'm not quite sure, but
Yeah.
I did get a call that they wanted me to bring over some shovels.
Okay, all right.
By the way, I don't mean to make light of
Yeah.
it. I mean, the guy is a terrible, evil person.
Sure.
I've just had to be funny for a second.
Well, of course, during the trial, he's promised not to kill any of the jurors.
Yeah, which is a very weird thing that the judge had said to him. And he's promised. He says he won't kill anybody. But I think a lot of people who, if they're not selected already, are going to be kind of nervous about it. I don't think I'd be particularly nervous because I face danger every day.
Yeah.
But, he's a scary guy.
I wonder, for some reason, Peter, I seem to be looking at the paperwork that Andrew's given me. It was the same paperwork I used last week when I spoke with you.
Well, that means you're surrounded by staff who are out to destroy you. I was wondering about that, and I wasn't going to say anything. I said, oh, my God, he's gone senile. I have a copy of the True Tales in front of me if you'd like me to take the lead.
Why don't you take the lead? It would be helpful, yeah, because I'm about to go into the taxi driver who killed himself story, which I know we did last week.
Yeah, see, once again, ladies and gentlemen, and now I'm addressing your audience directly, this proves that, what's your name again, Keela?
That is,
that we don't rehearse this stuff.
There was no rehearsal.
All
here.
right, the stories that I'm talking about this week is the fact that I got stiffed twice in 1 week.
Really?
Now, I don't generally tell personal taxi cab stories, but this was an unbelievable one. Let me explain for a minute exactly what's going on with yellow cabs in New York City. We're now computerized, so that to the right of me there's like a little laptop, and then, of course, there's the standard meter. When you get into the cab, and after the ride is completed, you have a choice of either paying me cash or using a credit card. But it's very hard for the driver to tell. If you say you're using the credit card, it's very hard for me to tell whether or not you've paid or not. Cash, obviously, you hand me the cash and you get out of the car. But the credit card, you're looking at sort of like a laptop next to you. It's sunlight. It's hard to see your reflections and everything. So twice in 1 week, I've had people who said, I paid.
Right.
And therein I got the dilemma, am I going to get out of the cab and chase them down the street, or am I going to lose the $10 or $15? It's a terrible system. I imagine it's probably happening to more people than me.
Well, I got to tell you, what happens a lot of times, you can pay with with your phone now, too, as opposed to swiping the card. So you use Apple Pay, and I've had it where it showed on my phone that it went through, but the person at the checkout is saying, no, it didn't go through. And I'm saying, well, yeah, look right here. And they're saying, no, it didn't go through. So I have to run it again, and I worry that maybe I'm running it twice. But if you're like a crook and you were to just get out of the cab and run, well, it'd be clear that you were a thief. But if you tried to make it say, well, yeah, I paid on the credit card. Oh, a mistake, it didn't go through. You kind of can get away with it. And that sounds like what they're doing.
Well, if I get out of the cab to have a confrontation with somebody, I may or may not get hurt. But in addition to that, I guarantee in about 1 second there's going to be a cop there giving me a ticket, being in a no parking spot.
Good point.
I'm not complaining, but the fact of the matter is it's a very varied system, which is all being caused by Uber. And the reason for that is that the New York City yellow cabs are trying to have the high tech, that Uber does to keep up with them.
Yeah.
And Uber is just adding more and more and more drivers. So the whole system is really kind of screwed up.
I saw an Uber car. I saw an Uber car yesterday that had like blinking lights, like Christmas lights blinking in the back. I mean, they're really going all out, trying to compete here.
Yeah, it is, and the drivers are really all complaining that they're not making much money. And the reason for that is there's too many cabs on the streets of New York.
All right,
of course, I don't have a problem because when people see me, they line up to get into the cab.
Boy, that second story on your True Tales is really interesting. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Are you trying to prove that you got it in front of you?
I still don't have it.
No, that's.
I'm still without. I'm still without.
You're talking about Taylor Swift.
That one I'm interested in. Yes.
Yeah, on one block down in the Soho area, on Franklin Street, as a matter of fact. She's accumulated $47 million worth of real estate property
Wow.
for her residence. That's townhouses and apartments and what have you, something or other. So it obviously means that you and I are in the wrong racket. But can you imagine it's $47 million out of having a couple of songs?
That must be a really nice apartment, Peter.
What do you...
Yeah, well, it is. It's a brownstone and another townhouse, and they kind of hook together and everything. But remember, it's Franklin Street, so that must mean something.
Yeah. A street that's very similar to your name. I'm getting
exactly,
that. It's not even
not
on
my street.
It's not even on the sheet. Let's see here. How about story number 3? I've got time for one more goodie. What do you have?
Well, the one more goodie is that no matter what he says, Joe Biden is running for president.
Yeah.
Now, why do I know that even though he says he isn't? Because I've taken people to what is his offices for the presidential thing. Now, he can deny it. He can say he's not doing it. It's perfect strangers. He never met these people before. But there is a Joe Biden office for president in New York City.
Ah, very interesting. I right now, I have to say, it doesn't say much for the Democrats when Joe Biden is probably their best shot right now.
Yeah, well, we'll see how
much.
it works. Trump's going to run. He's going to win again.
Peter Franklin, Gabby Cabby. It's Gabby.com where you can actually read the updated True Tales that Peter puts together. And these are True Tales that he discovers as he drives through the streets of New York City in his yellow taxi cab. And
have a nice day, everybody.
Best tour in New York. Thank you, Peter. Have a wonderful day. Andrew, don't get upset. You gave me last week's information. What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, I went onto his website, and I saw his celebrity sighting was the same as last week, but I figured he can't have not updated his website.
Well, that's up to date, isn't it?
Not under True Tales.
I'm looking at the website, and it's not. It's the same stuff as last week. So, but luckily, he was able to kind of wing it for me. That was really nice of him.